Hi, this is Frank, and let's take a look what we have here. This weird looking character. Let's see. First thing I want to do, now that I've brought in the bitmap PSD image, is to create a skeleton. And the first thing I'll do is get rid of this layer on the bottom, since we're not going to use it for anything. And when I imported this file into other backgrounds, it'll save me a step when that's deleted. So it's just this skeleton by itself. So today is February 21st, 2021, and right now I'm just doing a lot of smaller fun animations just to get some creativity going, rather than tackle a big giant movie project which could take years, like City of Rod Otherworld. That took a number of years, only because I have other art projects and work and other responsibilities I have to do, that I don't have all the time in the world. So it took a lot longer than it did for City of Route 1. I took a whole year off for City of Route 1 from all work, other than some work here and there, but nothing major. But I saved up enough so I could do that. But here is, that was 2005. That was fun to just have an art project for the whole year, and something I was really looking forward to completing. My first feature-length film after a bunch of smaller films like Chicken Chop Shop and other animated films. My first big animated film was called Arrow, A-R-R-O, which is where I derived the name Black Arrow Productions from that original effort. In 1991, I think I started, and finished in 1993. That was a tremendous effort to get that film completed, because I had school and I had work and all kinds of other things, so it was a lot of spare time I had to finish it in. But let's get to this right away. And this character, let's see, we're going to separate these limbs, and in my last video I explained what the reasoning was for that. So let's just move all these pieces over here far enough away from the main torso, and then let's see, the belt, that will be separate. The eye and the face are very basic, but we'll keep that separate up there. The leg, again, very simple, and the other leg, and then finally the other arm. Let's bring over there. This is another weird character, but let's set up this lightning and the lightsaber, the laser sword, and for the lightning we'll have it extend out a little bit. That's good. Actually, the lightning would go that way because it's projecting out of his hand like that. We could actually just have it on one arm if we want, but actually I think this arm would be better. Because this is the extended arm. So let's just move this over here for this arm, back here, and then we'll bring this down here at the very bottom. Then we'll move this arm up here, so he's projecting the lightning out. This is a spoof character that I'm working on right now with my other characters that I'm creating a parody of. So here's the laser sword, and we're just going to move this back a little bit more. If I go too close to this, it could affect the weight of the character. So there we go. And let's see, the only other thing I have to do now is assemble all the well, actually that other arm, that'll have a sword as well. So let's duplicate the sword and the laser, and then we'll bring it down here to the other arm. And the reason for that is if you ever want to switch hands for the laser, this is the step to do it. See, if I don't have this laser preset like this, you can make it invisible, but if I don't take this step, then he'll never be able to use the laser in that arm. Otherwise you'd have to go back in and redo everything. So you might as well do it while you're setting it all up. Alright, so we'll zoom out a little bit, and now we'll go to our top structure here, our top skeleton, and we'll create the bones. That's weird. It's not working. Oh yeah, I picked the wrong tool. So here's the well, no, it's not working. That's weird. Alright, some kind of glitch occurred. So what we'll do is complete the video for now. But what you would do is start adding the skeleton to that, and then you'd proceed from there. But thanks for watching. We'll see what happens in the next video, and feel free to comment, subscribe, like, and have a good day. Hi, it's Frank again, and we'll continue. There was some weird glitch where it wasn't making the bones visible, so I could not continue at all. I had to restart the whole program, and that messed the whole thing up. So we'll continue from that shoulder to the top of the face. Maybe I should extend out here so it has the ability to bounce that. As far as the nose, maybe I could have him move his mouth a little bit and his nose. That might be interesting. Actually, let me rotate this up a little bit and have that go down there, and then maybe have that be the pivot there, and then just move his mouth here. This might not do too much because it's so close, and it would have been better to have it separate. But we'll see what happens, just in case he has to talk. His mouth is hidden under here, and this is his chin, and that's his nose covering it all up. So it's not necessary, but we'll see what happens. Now, next thing I do is select the I think I would select this bone here to reach the belt, and the belt will have 3 parts. 3 parts would allow it to do that. Wow, that's weird. Look at that. That piece down there is being affected. And that's because it doesn't have any bones attached to it to differentiate the weight of what's up there. So now we'll move over here and we'll select the shoulder bone, and then we'll move down here to this bone here, and then we'll add the full lightsaber sword bone for the lightsaber itself. If you don't put a skeleton bone here, the lightsaber will be all messed up. So now we'll go to the legs, select the main torso bone that pivots, and then we'll create these leg bones. You could have like a little pivot there, and then move down here, and let's just go right to here. Select that again, and then move here, put that other one there, and then have the one little one there. And then we'll finish up with this piece here. Click on the main top bone there, get his arm, and then this will continue there. Now we have to select his hand because that was the pivot point of the sword, and from the hand we'll just start here and just extend the lightning down there. I was going to put the lightning starting here, but since it starts here anyway, I'll just go there. This way it's easier to select the hand if I want the hand to move for some reason. But the hand is so small, it's not going to really impact much. So now we'll assemble this character, and let's zoom out really quick. We'll see how this goes. You select the button there, and that'll assemble the character together. You have to select the top main pivot bone for it to be able to bring it right to it. Now we have to make these arms invisible because all that stuff is in the way. I can't see what's happening. And we'll go to this leg here. We'll put it right about there, and this leg here. Let's see, I'd say right about there. Well, maybe right there should be good. That means this one has to move up a little bit. See, I wouldn't want to have these like right next to each other, because if you do, sometimes you end up when he's walking and this leg is under here while the other leg is on the ground. So if this leg's on the ground, in other words, if the leg in the foreground is on the ground and this leg is passing underneath, and that's the lowest you can get it, it's going to look really weird. That's why it's good to just push it up a little bit as though it was at an angle with some dimension. But that should be good there. Now we have to get the let's see, the belt. Let's grab the top piece of the belt and attach that. I'll see if that worked right. Let's try it right now. So we'll click on the move tool and let's see what happens with the belt. Alright, the belt works there, but does it connect to the character properly? No, it doesn't. Wow, that's weird. This is supposed to pivot together with the. This is supposed to move this piece. It's not moving it. That's really weird. I mean, I could work with it, but I don't just understand why that didn't work. program is acting a little weird. See how that moves that other limb? Why didn't it move the other one? A lot of movement on his back there. The bending is really good for that. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, that pivots properly for the belt, so that's what I was going for, but I'm not sure why that didn't pivot properly there. And his legs look pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so there's our character there, and we'll just move this up here to fit him in, and then move it back a little bit. And we could do a quick walk animation, a stand animation, whatever you want. And the reason I create an action for it, let me save this. Actually, let me see why this piece is not, well, it's too late now, I can't. This piece is supposed to rotate and be affected by this piece, but it's not moving at all. I don't know why. It's not a big deal because this character is only going to be used for a couple things, so I'm just going to let it pass for now. But there was some weird glitch. I think that's what is affecting it. But anyway, let's move on to our actions under let's see, window actions, and this will allow us to just do a basic set of animations that you can reuse over and over and save a lot of time. So let's say your character is just standing around doing nothing. Let's see, what you can do is just get these main limbs and just position them there. Do a copy paste right here. You just do that and then paste it there. Then go to the middle 24 frame, which is considered 1 second. If you want, you go into project settings and you could increase this to as pretty much as many frames per second as you want, but I like the traditional 24 frames per second for animation. And then I have it at 1920 by 1080. I didn't draw this, that was just part of the program. But anyway, this is a great program. It's called Anime Studio Pro. And we'll just, that's weird. We'll just move this a little bit and then move his head just a little bit. And his arms. And then you can press play and you see just the basic, he's like breathing, labored breathing. So there we go. And next we'll go to a walk. And the first thing for a walk is just select the main points that you want to be part of the walk. And then you want to select the, let's zoom in. then we'll use the pivot just to keyframe it by pressing on it, and then we'll drag over these keyframes, copy, paste to 12 and 24. Then we'll jump to 6 frame 6, and now we'll go back to the move tool. Anytime you move these, you create a keyframe. See how it created this right here? Now you do that and it overwrote that again, but you can't see it, but it overwrote it. Overwrote it. Overwrited it. So now we'll move him forward a little bit and move that a little bit. And that means that leg has to be going forward while the other one must be going backward for that positioning. Oh, see, you can move his mouth a little bit. That'll be good, yeah. Just that little subtleness will be fine for when he's talking. So now we had that leg go forward, we're going to have it go back here this time, and that one go forward. You wouldn't have that arm back, but you'd have it be going forward, and this arm would be going back. Then we'll have his position there a little bit, and with that piece there, I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. So here, I think it's going to be going forward, obviously, to brush up against the the leg, and then maybe it'll kick forward, and then it'll curve back. So it kicks forward and then curves back. Now here, we'll just have it there for now, but then move it back here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it seems to work okay. I could probably have a little momentum, take the belt, and then it'll push forward on its own. So then it and we'll adjust frame 1 to 24 because that is messed up a little bit. So next thing I'd want to do is go to this center frame as much as possible, and this leg here I'll bend forward at the knee, and then we'll jump here and bend this one at the knee, so you get a nice click in your walk. His knee bends and then he clicks it forward just like a real person. Now the problem here is we have to bend this back a little bit so it's not just sliding. There it is, see? That's better. And then here, as that leg goes back, we'll bend this one back a little more. I think that sums it up pretty good. There we go. Now the only other thing I have to do is keyframe movement, so he's bouncing up and down as he walks. This way it's not a real robotic animation. So now we have a basic walk, and there we go. It's like a fast walk because he's putting a lot of energy into it, But for frame 24, let's move this up a little bit, probably about a couple frames, and then keyframe here, because otherwise frame 24 and 1 are the same, and if you leave it like that, you'll have a real, it'll like pause in the animation. It'll look really weird. See how frame 24 is different than frame 1? That's critical. Alright, but that's it. And that's our basic walk. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, subscribe, and like, and have a good day.